Bear Squad, what is up? If this is your first time coming to this channel, this is AFC Vending, where we show you guys how to start your vending business from scratch if you have not ever done anything like the sorts or whatnot. And this is the third video of an installment where we are trying to get to a point where we have $500 in our savings account and $500 in our checking account for our business. And we are rolling right along. This is the third location we've visited since we have started this whole project. And if you're new to it, just to let you know, we will be doing a live stream when we hit our goal of $500 in savings and $500 in checking. And we'll be giving away some merch when that happens. Not the shirt in the video. I will be getting a sweater and start wearing the sweater for the video here soon. I'm trying out a couple of different angles in this specific video because we were having some issues with my head moving around a little bit too fast for some people, and I can totally see that being an issue. We had to fill up the coin mech there, so I went ahead and I filled it up with some of the coins that we already had. And we're going to move some stuff around, like I was talking about in the last video that we had in this installment. We are actually, I think this is the fourth, isn't it? Is this the fourth video? Hold on, I need to think about this for a second. 1, 2, 3. No, this is the third one, right? No, this is the fourth one. This is the fourth one. Oh man, goes to show. So here's me playing with camera angles a little bit. So like I was doing in the last one, we are trying to limit the amount of Cheetos that go into the machines because people just don't like them as much as they like other products. I'm going to start using Cheez-Its to back up some of the stuff that we can't really fit or whatever. You guys see, those of you that have been around for a while, you guys see the problem I solved? If you know the problem I'm talking about, just don't tell anybody. Sweet. Excuse me. We got the Cheez-Its in here. We got the veggie straws, the Cheetos. I think we're about to put some Smart Food up in there. We've also got the Chex Mix in the same one. Something great about all those items is they all come in their own box. It's not a whatchamacallit. It's not a variety pack. We are moving away from variety packs because variety packs create really big inconsistencies, and they come with way too many Cheetos. So we're gonna move some stuff around here. We finally got goldfish, guys. Finally got goldfish. This lovely employee came over and talked to me for a while. She's very interested in what I do. It's really cool to speak with people, especially people that don't realize that anyone can start a company. And that's what my whole channel is about, is telling you that anybody can do this. Anyone can start their own business, and you don't need to be rich to do it. I started this with next to no money. Actually, I started this after losing my job. But it's definitely something that you can do. Anyone can do. And she wanted to get some information and talk to me sometime, so I definitely entertained it, and I will definitely talk to her further if she wants to know more about how to do stuff like this. But I'm not sure how long I sit there and speak with her for. I know we chatted for quite a while, and it took up a lot of time. I wound up spending a lot more time than I should have right there, but it's all good. I started moving away from it and trying to get stuff done. I tried really hard to pay attention to the way the colors matched up today. We have a couple of yellows that are too close together, but there was no way that there wasn't really a way I could have avoided that, unfortunately. It happens from time to time. We've got our Fritos that I wound up moving over there because we only had a couple of blues. We only had a couple of different colors that we could work with here. So we tossed a couple of extra Fritos back there, but I think we wound up moving them because I realized we had more blue Doritos in the van, and I ran out and grabbed them real quick. That should be coming up soon, actually. Oh, maybe it didn't. Maybe it doesn't happen soon. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure it happens soon. But we're going to move down here. This is when I realized that... I'm pretty sure this is when I realized that I had more stuff. Did I already go out and get it? Yeah, I already went out and got it. So what I'm doing right now is organizing. I'm organizing all the chips so I know exactly what I have, because I didn't realize like how much I had and what I could have done with it. And I think I had way more Doritos, so in a minute we're going to be putting that back and pulling the I'm not sure what the other bag is up there. I can't remember. Original Fritos, maybe? No, the Sun Chips. They're the Sun Chips. And we're going to put the rest of the Doritos behind our sweet chili Doritos. The spicy chips didn't do quite as well here as I thought they would. Excuse me. But the Cheez-Its always do really, really well. So we put Cheez-Its in where we didn't have any space. And I guarantee you they sell. I guarantee it. It's going to do really, really well. So you can see me breaking down my boxes. I've started to try and keep a more clean work area because I have this really horrible tendency of just throwing boxes in places and putting them in a pile and going with it. That's definitely a habit I need to drop. So you'll see that I go through here and I definitely break down all my boxes a lot better on this one than I typically do, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm not sure what I just did. I moved something around. We're filling up the bottom here. We have some Pop-Tarts that are going to go in. Excuse my cough, guys. I've been a little, not like sick, but I just had a scratchy throat the last couple of days. And it's really, really, like initially I was trying to edit out every time I coughed, and it just got so ridiculous that I just started flowing with it, and I apologize. I'm sure in a week or so it'll subside and be over with. So with I noticed at this location with the Pop-Tarts, especially with the AP machines, you have these little walls you can use with the AP machines, and you need to stand the Pop-Tarts up, because if you don't, they break in half, which kind of stinks. I realized that the hard way and had to throw out like 2 or 3 of them. So I spent a lot of time trying to keep this somewhat organized as I did this, and it took up way more time than I was hoping. I was at this location for an hour and a half, I believe, which is significantly more than I normally am. I also spoke with people a lot more than I normally do, so we definitely had that. But you can see we went through, this is a 7-day cycle. Like, well, I think this was 8 or 9 days, but in this specific case, because of the snowstorm, we got the day prior. But we went through all 3 rows of all those Reese's. We went through both rows of Snickers. Change of angle for you. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy how quickly we go through that. What did I put in that last aisle? I think I put Twix in there. I can't remember. Ha! Those shorts have got the biggest rip. I had no idea they had a rip in them like that. Well, it's a good thing that I was wearing long johns. I need to throw those things away. So I moved them over is what I did. I moved the Skittles over to the right and put Twix in between the Skittles and the Hershey's almond. I was trying to figure out what I did there. But that's what we did. We're going to move on to the next one now. Put all of our I don't know why I had Crunch Bars doubled up. I'd have to look at the last video to see what that was. We got Milky Way going in there. I think after the Milky Way, we're going to put all of our Lance crackers in the other side there. You see, every time that I finish up a box, I'm breaking the box down and I'm putting it into that area there. Yep, that's a pretty good size rip. The pocket's like coming out. I was trying to find angles that work. This angle is okay. I just need to like make sure that I lean a certain way with it. But we've got all those Lance crackers filled up, and the next thing, we've got peanut M&Ms that we still need to put in. We've got to finish the Kit Kats, and I think we do another row of Twix, if I remember correctly. Run out of Twix quite a bit too. Yep. So there goes the peanut M&Ms there. We've still got regular M&Ms we have to fill up, and then the Twix, and then we still got Crunch Bars we have to fill up as well. This location always takes a little bit longer because this location is always like completely empty when I visit it. We're definitely going to start visiting it every 7 days, and I'm just going to keep it on a 7-day cycle. There's not much point in waiting the extra day. I think it's maybe like $60 or $70 that we get the extra day, which can be worth it sometimes. It like, if I get to a point where I'm really, really busy, I'll probably put this specific location on an 8 or 9 day cycle. So that's all cleaned up. Pulling some cash out. Look at that. Look at that. That was a great stack. And we're going to move on to the soda machine. The soda machine was incredibly empty. I don't think I remembered to move the camera as often as I should have. But I'm glad we got as much done as we did here. We're going to be back I was going to go back in on Monday to this location, but they're not open Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, so we're not going to be able to do that, which kind of stinks. I was really hoping we could get that, but it is what it is. We got the root beer going in. I got in a lot of conversation while I was working on this. Not root beer, this is Dr. Pepper. Jeez. I did, like I was saying earlier, I did wind up getting in a lot of conversations while I was here this day. Wound up talking to a lot of the guys. This is a new location, so I'm still trying to establish a relationship with the staff here. And I definitely want to put the time into establishing that relationship and making sure that everyone's happy with my service. If someone even jokes about being upset with my service or something like that, I try to go above and beyond and make sure that they get a refund on whatever product they had an issue with. They get a free product. Whatever I need to do to make sure that they're super happy. So we got our Mountain Dew going in this. You saw the first two were really difficult. My arm plus the sweater is just a little bit too big. Imagine if this was a Dixie Narco machine. That would be horrible. Dixie Narco machines, they've got really, really thin columns. This is a Royal 660, and I can usually fit right into these pretty easily. But you can see I'm talking with this gentleman quite a bit. I believe he was, I can't remember what we were talking about. I think we were talking about something completely not vending related at all. But we talked quite a bit. And here's me trying to multitask and failing dramatically. If you are going to talk to people, try to multitask. Do a better job of multitasking than I do. Because I really, really don't do a good job of multitasking. So this is our 4th case of Mountain Dew. That's a lot of Mountain Dew that goes into these. It's 96 cans. It's quite a bit. So with the Mountain Dew completely gone, you know that that's at least $96. It's in the bill collector. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. And, oh, I did remember to do it. Look at that. So we're moving on to the Minute Maid now. I'm going to fill up the Minute Maid. The last time we were at this location, we forgot to buy Minute Maid. Fortunately, they did not run out. I was really concerned about them running out. I thought they were going to. But they didn't. We were good. And I think we used 3 cases and called it quits after 3. Yep, we did. Excuse me. There we go. And what's next? I think we're working on root beer now. Root beer was really difficult because the door couldn't open all the way because of table. And I had to like bend at this awkward angle to get the root beer in there. It was very, very difficult to do. We got Sunkissed coming in after the root beer. I'm pretty sure we used almost both cases of the Sunkissed. You see that's our last case of root beer right there that we're going to be putting in. I had 24 packs, I believe, of the Sunkissed, which makes things a lot easier. We didn't have any water though, just like our last video from yesterday. We didn't have any water, which kind of stinks. Definitely not helpful not having water. So you can see it filled up a lot more than I thought it would. I'm pretty sure we wind up taking a little bit of this Sunkissed and putting it into our overflow bin. Yeah, we're only going to get like half of that case in there. There's no way we're going to fit it all. Bam, full to the top. Next up is our Monster, and I'm pretty sure we only got 1 case of Monster in there. And that's it after that, right? Yeah, yep, that'll be it after that, the Monster. Monster didn't do quite as good this time around. Didn't do quite as good this time around as it normally does. Usually we go through a case and a half. This time around we only went through less than a case. I think it was two less than a case or something like that. But yeah, I think there's like two left here. So I slowed it back down to normal speed because we're about to collect money out of this machine, and wanted to take you guys with me as we did the collection. I think I sit here and talk to this guy for a little bit first. I didn't realize that I did that in this. My bad, everybody. Excuse me. But we're talking about Fortnite, believe it or not. He was talking about how he plays, and I've just recently started playing quite a bit. But what am I doing? Am I still talking to him? Is this like is this like 2 minutes of me just talking to that guy? He was asking about, or I know that we got into conversation about YouTube, which was kind of cool. We always like having conversations about YouTube. I always like having conversations about YouTube. And I think he looked me up and subscribed to me. So if you're watching it, shout out, bro. But we're all done filling the machine. So you can see it's pretty darn full. We're going to come over here. Sorry about the shaky footage. I was going to cut this out, decided not to. We're going to set the camera down. This is nuts. Look at it. This is nuts. I couldn't believe it. I was like shocked when I saw that. That thing is so full. I had a heck of a time trying to get the bills out of there. It was a lot of bills. So we put $60 in the gas tank of the van on the way home, and I still had a bag full of cash. It was great. Great day. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? That's the craziest thing in the world to have that much built up in there. And then watch how much change we pour into. It's crazy how much we wound up having. But we did go an extra day on this machine where we normally would go like 8 days. On this round, I'm pretty sure it was 9, and we're gonna cut it back. We're gonna cut it back to 7, just because it takes so long. I think it almost might be counterproductive because it takes me so long to service this when it's that empty. But look at how much change we wind up getting in this. It's a pretty ridiculous amount. Just watch it. Oh man, that's a better angle. But you can see that bag is so full, so full. Keep in mind, a lot of that change that was in that bag already was from a couple of days prior. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to love life and live your dreams. Peace out, Bear Squad.